Okay, guys, three quick shout outs, and this is what came in like the second batch of my cards for black players. First off, I believe his name is Osway. Way too kind. He sent me a first edition Fossil Dyna, which is just unbelievable, brother. Like, thank you so much. I know you're probably watching this. Whenever I get my Hero Beat deck up and running, this is definitely going to have a spot in my side deck. You always need Fossil Dyna. Mr. Mystic Tomato, all the way from Germany, sent me a Gores and a Starlight Road. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's actually German. Yes, that's German. So thank you very much. Auf Wiedersehen. And Von 60, you know, my buddy, my boy Von 60. He actually sent me three Cyber Dragons and an Armwing, which is kind of cool because I don't really have any synchros other than like a Stardust and a Black Rose, so I can take whatever I can get right now as far as synchros go. And the Cyber Dragons will always work because they're good side deck cards. I mean, pretty much every deck runs two Cyber Dragons in the side, right? So thanks, guys. And then Xander PS210 actually sent me one common Rhoda. He sent me a picture, a drawing of Aki from 5Ds, I believe. Or that might have been GX, I forget. And then actually just like a whole letter, just, you know, wishing me luck, not just in Yu-Gi-Oh, but in life in general. And, you know, it's really good to know that there are a lot of still kind people out there who will help people out when they are in need. What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. I want to talk to you guys about some of the things that really irk me that Konami does. I guess this is kind of spawned by the fact that everything basically that even remotely looks like it came from Duelist Revolution has just like skyrocketed in price. It's really stupid, and that's the fact that Duelist Revolution was, to my knowledge, from what I understand, the fastest selling Yu-Gi-Oh pack of all time, and the values of the cards have basically been inflated because nobody can get any more of them and get their hands on them. The first thing I would definitely like to talk about is something that we all hate. That's rarity upgrades. Dark Arm Dragon was probably the most egregious one of all time. Dark Arm Dragon was a rare in Japan, and you know Konami knew it was going to be a highly sought after card because it had been seeing play in Japan and it had already been tested in their competitive field and market and whatnot. And you know what they did was they upgraded it to secret rare. Now, if you played during the Teledad or Dad Return format, you knew that you needed two or three of these guys, and you know its price actually got up to $300 or somewhere around that, and it was completely bananas. You know what I mean? More examples of this would be Pot of Duality, yet again a card that was staple at 3 in Japan and was a super rare there. And when it came here, it was bumped up 2 rarities to secret rare, and just mind blowing. Glow Up Bulb and Solemn Warning were both common in Japan. If you can wrap your mind around that, you know what I mean. And I understand why they do this. I don't condone it by any means because flat out there's just way more money to be made in the TCG than there ever will be in the OCG. Because I mean, let's be real, Japan is a very small nation, even though it's still a really big market. It's nowhere close to the American or European markets, just flat out, to be completely honest. My second thing would be overdue reprints. And a lot of these cards are cards that, aren't highly played in a lot of metas, so they really get overlooked. But, the value doesn't ever go down, so it doesn't really help the players either. It really wouldn't be that hard to reprint them, especially considering a lot of them have been out for a very long time. Cards like Art Sword Christia and Fossil Dyna. I mean, these cards came out in Light of Destruction. Light of Destruction, I don't know exactly when it came out. I was playing then. But I think it's something like 2 or 3 years old. Yet, these are the only ways you can get those cards. And then, to add insult to injury, they're both secret rare. So, the price never drops. It's exactly like Doom Caliber Knight, They reprinted it, but it was a Shonen Jump promo card that was reprinted as an ultra rare and a pack that, they stopped printing very soon and was a highly sought after pack. So, I mean, the reprint helped, but, it's still at any given time going to be a $50 card, even at its worst time when it's not very playable in any specific meta. Doom Caliber is still going to be about a $40, $35 card, you know what I mean? Other examples of this would be like Ab Zero, Dark Grepher, Lila, Lightsworn, Is she the sorceress? I forget, but you understand what I'm saying. And then the third thing was probably what I started talking about earlier is how Konami just decides when they're going to stop printing a pack. I know everything has a given timeline and, they go by that, but when you look at Duelist Revolution and you look at it as it was a set that was, it kind of reminds me of maybe Magic Ruler or Invasion of Chaos, a set that didn't really have one specific, we're just going to focus on this one theme, but just had a whole bunch of good generic cards that were splashable in mini decks, Duelist Revolution was that set. It had Scrap Dragon and Duality and Solemn Warning and Effect Veiler and a bunch of cards you can just throw into a variety of decks. And I don't understand why, since it's sold out, they aren't eager to, either throw those top cards into another pack, which I'm sure they have some master sinister plan to try and do that, or to just flat out get more packs. I mean, it can't really cost that much money to just start production again because clearly people want that. When you take a set like Starstrike Blast, or no, Starstrike Blast was decent, Starlight Overdrive or Stardust Overdrive, when you take a set like that was garbage that nobody wanted and wasn't selling well, okay, I understand that. That you probably want to get something fresh out there. But when you got a set that is selling like crack and that you can't even keep on the shelves, like either reprint the cards ASAP like you did with Stardust Dragon and Black Rose, where like, damn, 2 weeks the card's been out and like you already reprinted it, or just print some more packs, man. So I want to know what you guys think about those three things. I know everybody hates rarity upgrades, but about the reprints and about the packs. If Konami puts out a good pack, and would you be mad if some of the top cards got devalued because they started reprinting it again? I want to get your input. And just on one side note, YCS Charlotte is coming up, and I do plan on going because even though the gas prices are going up, which really, really sucks, I do plan on going. It's not 100% yet. I do live in North Carolina. You guys should know I live in Raleigh. You know what I mean? It's like 2.5 hours. I'm going to try and get in a match with, maybe like Lazaro or Dale Bolito or Pro Winston or something like that. As I've said, I played Karakuri's. And, actually, we got a bonus at our job, at my job. You know what I mean? If you've ever worked at a job that does profit sharing, basically that's based on how your store or whatever performs. And, it's not a lot, something like $200. So, nothing big. I figured rather than trying to put that money into my hero beat where, Ab Zero's $25 and Duality's $130, and it wouldn't go very far, I can pretty much buy the entire Karakuri deck. I have some of the commons, but I'm looking to buy some of the synchro cards and like Glow Up Bulb, Scrap Dragon, stuff like that. And I'm not paying like the absolute full price. If a Solemn Warning is $55, I can't give you $55, but I can give you like $49, like $6 off the top, because I don't buy cards just to specifically try and resell or make profit like, some of the people like Paj Joker and some of those other big channels and traders do, because I just buy these cards so simply I can play the deck, so I'm not looking for profit here. So that explains why, it doesn't look like I have a lot of cards or whatever, but I do have a little bit of money to buy some cards. So I'm going to have a list at the bottom. If you guys have any other cards and you're looking to sell, just send me a PM. And I write checks. I don't send cash or anything like that. I got these little crazy Superman checks that I send. I think I have 135 positive refs on Pojo, so I'm not going to rip anybody off. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments at the bottom. Peace.